Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to be talking about something that is both deeply personal and incredibly profound: how the Islamic faith offers a framework for resilience, for meaning, and for peace, especially for those navigating the immense challenges of ALS.
You know, it's a question we all face in one way or another. But when someone is diagnosed with something like ALS, that question takes on a whole new weight. So in this explainer, we're going to explore one answer, an answer found within a deep framework of faith.
Now, it's really important to get this straight from the start. Islam doesn't promise a simple cure. What it does offer is something else entirely, a way to reframe the whole journey. It gives you a spiritual lens to find meaning and strength while living with the day-to-day realities of ALS.
And this, right here, is the foundational shift in perspective. It's huge. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me, the question completely changes. It becomes, what is this test meant to teach me? And just like that, the experience is transformed from what might feel like a meaningless tragedy into a purposeful, even if unbelievably difficult, trial.
So let's start at the very beginning, that moment of diagnosis. The shock, the fear, that's all completely natural and human. Islamic teachings don't ignore those feelings. Instead, they offer two core principles to help you navigate them: Sabr and Tawakkul.
This verse from the Qur'an gives immediate context. It frames the diagnosis within a much bigger divine plan. And that response it prescribes, saying to Allah we belong and to Him we return, it's not about pushing down your grief, it's about anchoring that grief in a higher reality, right from the very start.
Okay, so let's talk about Sabr, because it's so much more than just patience. It's not about passively sitting back and just letting things happen. No, it's an active, conscious choice. It's choosing to endure with this incredible steadfastness and trust in God's wisdom, even when you can't possibly see what that wisdom is. For someone with ALS, this means every single moment of endurance is actually a powerful act of worship. And Sabr works hand in hand with this next concept, Tawakkul. This is that deep, profound trust in God's plan. It's such a beautiful balance. You know, there's a saying, tie your camel, which means you do everything in your power. You seek the best medical care, you use assistive devices, you strive, and then you entrust the ultimate outcome to Allah. It's that perfect blend of action and surrender.
So what does this actually look like day to day? Well, it means turning all those feelings into a direct conversation with God through prayer, what's known as dua. And this can be done completely silently in your heart, or even typed out using eye tracking technology. It can mean listening to verses that promise that ease will come with hardship, making them a kind of spiritual anchor when things feel uncertain.
Okay, this brings us to a really powerful idea, and it's a core part of this whole framework: finding meaning in the suffering itself. It's about reframing it as an opportunity for, believe it or not, spiritual purification and growth.
Think about that for a second. This teaching from the Prophet Muhammad suggests that every single struggle, down to the tiniest bit of fatigue or sorrow, can actually be a way of erasing one's sins and raising one's spiritual status. This gives the daily, exhausting challenges of ALS a really deep sense of purpose.
But let's be real. A very painful challenge for many people with ALS is this fear of being cut off from worship. Things like the 5 daily prayers can start to feel impossible. And this raises a huge, heart-wrenching question. How can you connect with God when your body can no longer perform the rituals you've always known?
And this is where the incredible mercy and flexibility of the faith just shines through. The Prophet himself gave direct guidance for this exact kind of situation. The message is so clear. The obligation is never, ever meant to be an impossible burden. Your connection to God is never, ever severed by physical inability.
And the accommodations are really extensive, making sure that prayer is always accessible. You see the progression here? It can be adapted to sitting, then to lying down, and even when almost all movement is gone, it can be done with eye movements or simply through the intention in your heart. Because in the end, the intention and the connection, that's what matters most.
And this is so important. This is not a journey meant to be walked alone. The Islamic concept of the Ummah, the global community, plays a huge role in providing both the practical and the spiritual support that's so desperately needed.
I mean, what a powerful way to think about it, right? This metaphor defines the ideal of community. It isn't just about being friendly neighbors, it's a spiritual responsibility. The pain of one person is meant to be felt by everyone, and it's supposed to make the rest of the body respond with real care and support.
So what this means is that asking for help isn't a burden. In Islam, it's considered a right. And for the community, offering that help is a duty.
Staying connected, maybe through virtual prayer sessions, and even sharing your own journey of faith can completely transform your experience and, honestly, inspire the entire community.
All right, so this brings us to what might be the most profound source of strength in this entire framework, redefining your very sense of purpose and looking toward a horizon of eternal hope.
You know, so much of who we think we are is tied up in our careers, our physical strength, or our role in society. An illness like ALS can just dismantle that. But Islam offers a much more durable identity, one that doesn't depend on your body at all. The measure of a person shifts from the outside to the inside, from what you do to who you are in your relationship with God.
And the Qur'an makes this crystal clear. This verse tells us that true worth in the eyes of God isn't about wealth or status or physical health. It's about your piety, your consciousness of God. And that is an identity that no illness can ever take away.
And with this new identity comes a whole new definition of purpose. It's not about big, grand actions anymore. It's found in small, consistent acts of worship. An act of patience, a silent prayer, even just a simple smile offered to a caregiver. All of these become profound, enduring good deeds.
And wrapping around all of this is the ultimate hope of the hereafter, or Jannah. This belief in an eternal life, a life completely free from pain, from fear, from grief, it provides this incredibly powerful lens to view the temporary trials of this world. It doesn't make the pain disappear, but it gives it a context and a finish line. And this is the ultimate promise. For the incredible, immense patience it takes to navigate a journey like ALS, the Quran promises a reward that is, without account, it's immeasurable, beyond anything we can calculate. And that's a source of just incredible comfort and motivation.
So we'll leave you with this question to think about. The Islamic framework suggests that a life that's defined by one of the greatest trials imaginable can actually be transformed into a powerful testament of faith, of patience, and of purpose, leaving a legacy that inspires others for a long, long time. Thanks so much for joining us for this explainer.